What's going on, guys? This is Matt with Matt's Monster Fish, and in today's video we're going to go over the Arapaima Care Guide. Back behind me sits a 600-gallon pond that's 8 foot long, 5 foot wide, and 2 foot tall. This is the home of Brutus, which is my Arapaima, and he is just a baby. He made this big of a pond just as a baby, pushing 16 to 17 inches already. When I bought him 3 short months ago, he was only 7 inches. He's put on 10 inches of size in just 3 months. That is insane. But I want to go over what it takes to care for the Arapaimas and what you're going to need in the long run, and pretty much advise you to not ever get this fish. Check it out. And I also want to throw a disclaimer out there before we really get into this video. If you guys try to buy a big fish with the means of upgrading a tank later, don't do it with this fish, because this fish grows way too fast for a normal hobbyist to keep up with. But I set up a plan, and that plan is to send him to the Ohio Fish Rescue when he outgrows my systems. But I'm hoping to keep him for at least a couple of years before he outgrows it. I plan on having a 10,000 gallon tank, and a 10,000 gallon tank is considered small. So just keep that in mind. That's why I said don't buy this fish. Okay, so here we're going to have a top view of Brutus Eating. He is eating some pellets, some floating pellets here from Hikari. I believe is how you say the name. But he absolutely loves these. And he eats 3 times a day. So the cost of feeding an Arapaima is insane as well, along with all their other care. This is why this fish is for experts only. Okay, so we saw him from the top, but let's dive into the water and see him from inside the pond. This would be cool. Let's dive right on in. Isn't this such a cool angle? But let's go over what the Arapaima is, where they come from, and how to care for them. So, the Arapaimas are found in the Amazon basin of South America. It's a torpedo-shaped black fish with red markings as an adult. As you can tell, he's starting to get a little black there by his tail, and he'll start having some red markings too, but that black will eventually go all the way up to the front of the fish as he gets older. Like I said, he's just a baby. He's only 17 inches. It has an upturned mouth that it uses to gulp prey from the surface of the water. They are an air-breathing species that breathe oxygen from the surface. They can stay submerged for up to 20 minutes. The species reaches lengths of 6.5 to 8.5 feet and upwards of 200 pounds. You're talking about the size of a grown man. Arapaima are considered one of the largest freshwater fish in the world. And in the wild, the biggest one was 12 foot and 400 pounds that I was able to find during my research. In the aquarium, they stay smaller, but they are still massive fish. They will require an extremely large aquarium and a big filtration system to handle the heavy bioload. The large size also means tank mates should be chosen wisely to not become a meal. Their aquarium should have a soft, sandy substrate and plenty of room for the Arapaima to swim and turn around within the aquarium. Aquariums should always be well covered to prevent the fish from jumping out. I also have arowanas that are bad for jumping. This fish is 10 times worse. So just to give you an idea of how jumpy they can be. Also, the Arapaima will need plenty of unobstructed access to fresh air to breathe, so keep decorations to a minimum. They are a carnivorous predatory species and will eat a wide variety of meaty foods. Brutus's diet consists of shrimp, tilapia, and a couple types of pellets that you see him eating in this video. Well, guys, that's going to wrap it up for the Arapaima Care Guide. I hope I was able to teach you a thing or two about these awesome fish. And we'll see you next time.